Hey everybody, welcome to Seriously Lighthearted Yoga. Today is a spider day in a roundabout way. We've already spoken in a bit of depth about the 8 limbs, but today we're going to kind of go in review. Yeah, wrap it all up, pull it all together, make it a nice warm burrito that we can really chew on. So
a nice big web, I don't know, do something.
Yeah, so we've created this web from our spider, and there's a reason we're calling it a web. But there's a few other ways to look at it. So what are we talking about?
So guys, those 8 limbs in review again. We have the yamas, the niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Those are the 8 different limbs of this Ashtanga yoga path that Patanjali laid out for us in the Yoga Sutras. This 8-limbed path also is called Raja Yoga by some people. Sometimes you might hear that, so you can hear either. They're both present, but the 8 limbs, again, as we have said, kind of create a web. And what is this web supposed to do? It's there to trap your ego. So these practices in yoga are, again, an effort to kind of catch your ego. And we'll talk about your ego tomorrow, but the 8 limbs also, there are kind of 2 different schools in the 8 limbs. One is that these 8 limbs are a thread that kind of happens sequentially, so the yamas to the niyamas, and then you can start working on asana and then pranayama. There's some people who believe that this is how it's meant to be kind of practiced. And then the other school of thought, which I am more personally attuned to and believe in, is that these 8 limbs are a sort of tapestry in that the asana affects pranayama, and while you're working on asana, you're also working pranayama. While you're working on breathing exercises, that pranayama, you are also practicing meditation and concentration. While you're meditating, you're also thinking of your posture, how everything is kind of interwoven. And I want to leave you with that sense. It is kind of like a web.
Yeah, that's another reason why we're calling it a web, because we feel that each limb holds up a different portion of the web, but is critical to holding up the rest of the other sections of yoga in a way. So
yeah,
they're very intertwined. They work together. They're not one in the same. They don't have those kinds of similarities as much as they work together at the same time, right? Again, speaking about it being your practice and what is right and what is wrong and what works for you and what doesn't work for you, it is up to you to decide which one you want it to be. Do you want it to be the web, more circumspect and all-together sort of practice, or do you want it to be a step-by-step process? And that's really up to you to decide. There's, again, no right or wrong way, but for us, it makes more sense, and it is more right for our practice to think of it as a web. So again, whatever works for you, think of it and create your practice accordingly. So again, it is your practice. That is key. Have fun with it though. Have some fun with it. Whatever makes you laugh, whatever makes you smile, and so long as you're getting enjoyment out of it and it makes sense to you, you're definitely on the right track. So give somebody a high five. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. That is kind of 8 limbs in review. So let us know if you have any questions about that. Subscribe, like, and share. We will see you guys all here tomorrow.